In this video, I would like to talk with you about Coinmarketcap.com. Now, Coinmarketcap.com is one of the best platforms that you can use in order to do research about cryptocurrencies. Now, first of all, let's have a look at the landing page, at the home page of Coinmarketcap.com. Now, when you go to Coinmarketcap.com, you're going to see this right here. You're going to see the market capitalization of cryptocurrencies, and you have basically the cryptocurrencies with the highest market cap up here. So, for instance, the cryptocurrency with the highest market capitalization right now is Bitcoin with $193 billion. Then we got Ethereum, $102 billion. Then we got Ripple, $53 billion. And we can see that, for instance, the prices for the actual coin can be much different from each other. For instance, when you look at Ethereum, you might think, all right, $102 billion as a market cap, Ripple, $53 billion as a market cap. Well, the price of the individual coin must be half of that. So, for instance, half of the Ethereum price should be Ripple, and of course not. There are different amounts of supply out there. For instance, we got the circulating supply of around 97 million in the case of Ethereum, but 38 billion in the case of Ripple. And today actually was an amazing day for cryptocurrencies. We can see right here that the daily change in the last 24 hours was with Bitcoin 9.55%, with Ethereum 11.909%, then Ripple 8.16%, Bitcoin Cash plus 7.78%, Cardano, which I haven't heard of yet, actually 15.61%, actually taking over Litecoin, which I'm very excited about. Then Litecoin with 6.49%, Stellar 20.64%, Neo 24.22%, and so on and so on. So we can see today was just incredible for cryptocurrencies. For instance, also the cryptocurrency that I'm talking about a lot, which is Steam, went up by 27.75%. To be honest, I own a lot of Steam, so for me today is an amazing day. So when you scroll down, you're gonna see that today is just incredible. There's almost no red numbers at all. So for instance, this one right here, ELF or whatever, or however you want to pronounce it, actually went up by 44.6%. CryptoNext by 22.32%. Let's see if we can find one that got even more, 32%. Particle. And you can see down here, these ones don't really have a huge market capitalization. Now, of course, compared to, for instance, Bitcoin. Nevertheless, it doesn't really matter. For instance, if you, let's say, invest $1,000 into this, it doesn't matter whether you invest, let's say, $1,000 into Bitcoin or Mediblock or anything. It just really matters how much this cryptocurrency went up or down. And for instance, I'm really happy about this one right here, 10x, because a good friend of mine who owns the company right now is on place 98, which I think is just incredible. So up 14.15%. I think I should have purchased more 10x coins. But anyway, so when we look here at Coinmarketcap.com, we get information about all of these cryptocurrencies. So when you look at all of these cryptocurrencies, you can of course also use filters. Now, for instance, right here, we are basically displaying all. So top 100 and the full list. So then over here, we got the coins. We can list the top 100, the full list, market cap by circulating supply. So the highest circulating supply will then be all the way at the top, which probably is going to be Ripple, then market cap by total supply, and then filter non-mineable. So cryptocurrencies that are not mineable, that, you cannot just simply set up a crypto mine. I'm not sure whether you heard of it, but people are, mining cryptocurrencies, meaning that they use complex mathematical algorithms in order to basically, mine these cryptocurrencies. So when they solve these mathematical equations, and basically, to be honest, I'm not an expert in mining, but when they mine cryptocurrencies, they use very complex mathematical concepts in order to get certain coins out of the process. So for instance, people mine Bitcoin, people mine Ethereum, and so on and so on. So we can, for instance, click right here on the mineable currencies, which actually, well, of course, Bitcoin is mineable, so I'm not sure whether this is right or wrong. I think we didn't click it. Let's actually have a look. Well, that's weird. Anyway, so I'm not sure whether this is correct. So let's actually go back to the top 100. These are the top 100 cryptocurrencies. We can also check out the trending cryptocurrencies, so gainers and losers, recently added. For instance, we can check out recently added coins. For instance, these ones right here: Gas, Cubic, Indahash, Odyssey, TrueChain, Offcoin, Press1, Block Array, and so on and so on. And now this is where it gets interesting. So for instance, when we have coins that just got introduced, they could go up by, like this one, 50%. So 50% gains within one day. That is absolutely incredible. Let's see if we can find one even more. This one right here. Theta token, 58.52%. This one, wow. IOS token, 140% gain within the last 24 hours. Now, all of these coins right here are newly introduced coins. So they haven't been on the market for long. Most of the time, 24 days ago, 25 days ago, and so on and so on. So honestly, these are quite new coins, and most of them will perhaps never pop up among the 100 biggest cryptocurrencies. Nevertheless, they are here, and they're here to invest in. So we can check, for instance, the trending ones, so gainers and losers. Let's actually have a look at gainers. And as we see, the IOS token went up by 140%. The number one, then below Lana Coin, CryptoJax, and then all of these others. Absolutely incredible. If you think about, for instance, how long does it take you with a normal stock to double your money? Well, most of the time it takes you quite a long time if you don't use, some kind of method in order to spend more or to invest more than you have. So anyway, we can also, for instance, look at the last hour. The biggest gainers in the last hours, for instance, digital money bits. To be honest, this is incredible here for day traders. So for people who are day trading cryptocurrencies, I would definitely go with this chart, which is basically biggest gainers, and then in the 1 hour window, if you just want to trade them for, let's say, a couple of minutes, couple of hours, this is actually what you want to look out for. And then we got the 7-day one, and there we got arbitrage CT going up by 800%, or CryptoJax going up by 660%. You could have gotten out of your investment 8 times as much, which is absolutely phenomenal. So all of these are cryptocurrencies that went up by more than 90%. So 90% on your investment. Absolutely amazing. Then down here, the biggest losers. We got, for instance, Crave, which went down by 91%. So then, of course, we got also a couple more big losers, but nevertheless, going down by 6%, it doesn't really hurt your portfolio that much, especially, let's say, if you have, a couple, $100 invested, then you lose, let's say, $10, $20 or something like that if you would have invested all of your money into this coin. So honestly, it doesn't really matter. But we can see some of these coins are actually extremely small. So for instance, the volume of this one, for instance, was only 99,000 within the last 24 hours. This is the car taxi token. So let's see if we can find an even smaller one. So I got one 51,000. I think 51,000 is almost as small as it gets. So anyway, let's actually go up here to tools. For instance, we can check out global charts. We can check out historical snapshots, a currency converter calculator, and then website widgets. Let's first of all click on global charts. So now what we're going to get is global charts, the total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies. So this is the market cap of cryptocurrencies, and you can see it has been going up massively. Nevertheless, when you look at the last month, we're gonna see a dip. Let's actually have a look at the last 3 months. There is definitely a dip. Of course, it went up again, but there is a dip in the overall market capitalization of cryptocurrencies, and that is exactly what we can see right here. So this is happening right now, even though of course the trading volume went up massively. So then let's have a look at the next chart, at the next tool, which is historical snapshots. So I'm not sure whether you want to use this for anything, but this gives you historical data. This gives you historical data about how cryptocurrencies went up or down. For instance, we can have a look at, let's actually go with something that's quite early in the development of cryptocurrencies. Let's go with 2013, somewhere, let's say 8th of September. And here we can see this was the market cap, for instance, of Bitcoin. Only $1 billion, $1.4 billion, which actually is nothing when you think about it. Also, for instance, right here, we can see cryptocurrencies that only have a market capitalization of only $2,000. Like, think about it, $2,000 market capitalization. Nevertheless, this one, for instance, went up within the last 7 days 59%. So even at that time, a very long time ago, it was possible to actually make incredible gains with cryptocurrencies. This one, in 7 days, digital coin went up 148%. So absolutely breathtaking. But at that time, of course, we already had Ripple on 3, we had Litecoin on 2, but where's Ethereum? It got introduced, I think, much later than that. So for instance, we can go back, check out the chart, and let's actually go to 2015. And let's have a look in August of 2015. I'm not sure when Ethereum got introduced, but I think, yeah, there we go. It's already here. This one, and now in this case, Ethereum has a market capitalization of $89 million, which is a lot, but nevertheless, compared to Bitcoin, it's almost nothing. Now, Ripple at that time, huge compared to the other ones. And when you go down, you're still going to find cryptocurrencies in the top, what is this, top 200, I think, or something. When you go down, you're still going to find cryptocurrencies that are extremely small. For instance, this one right here, California, only has a market capitalization of $52. So $52 market capitalization. Nevertheless, going up or going down by, double digits. So let's actually go up and let's have a look at the third tool, which is currently the currency converter calculator. So it helps you just to convert certain currency. For instance, how much is, let's say, 1 Bitcoin? So we check out, all right, 1 Bitcoin is currently $11,491.70. Then the next tool, let's actually go back. I just clicked on the ad. So let's go back and let's have a look at the fourth tool. And this one is now website widgets. So for instance, this one says right here, all right, cryptocurrency price ticker widget, we can add that. And it says cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, primary display currency, US dollars, secondary display currency, we don't need that. Then show primary ticker symbol, show rank, and so on and so on. And then you can add that, basically. So you can add that to websites. For instance, right here, this widget can be added to another website. And it then says, all right, this is the price of Bitcoin powered by Coinmarketcap. But let's actually go back to just the homepage of Coinmarketcap, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at Bitcoin. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on one of these currencies. In this case, now again, we're going to click on Bitcoin, and there's something that I really want to show you. First of all, of course, just a short introduction to the actual, let's say, technical background. First of all, of course, we got right here the price of Bitcoin, $11,491.70 US dollar, a gain of 9.11% within the last 24 hours. Market cap 193 billion, so we have 16 million Bitcoin. Then the volume is 9 billion in the 24-hour window, so around 871,000 Bitcoin. Circulating supply, again, this is the same. Circulating supply and the market cap, because there cannot be more circulating supply than there is market cap. And then the maximum supply, all the Bitcoins in the world, would actually be 21 million. So at a certain point, when every Bitcoin is mined, theoretically, there would be no other way to get more Bitcoin than to purchase it. And that is one of the reasons why many people think, Bitcoin is going to go up maybe forever. So all right, let's actually go down here and we can see right here the global trend. So we can see the trend over the last, 5 years. So 5 years of Bitcoin. We can see in the beginning that, of course, we had this one jump right here. Many people sold. Many people actually sold right here. Because when you zoom in, you think, wow, this is actually a massive gain. But when you look at it from the global perspective, from the, let's say, long-term perspective, you, of course, are going to see that there was a massive jump in December of 2017. Actually, it went up in the entire month of December 2017 by an absolutely obnoxious amount. I think actually 400% or something like that. Absolutely incredible. So we can change, for instance, the window to, let's say, 1 year. We can change it to 3 months. We can change it to, to 1 day or something like that. So this, for instance, right now is the 1 day perspective. And we can go up here and, for instance, check out the markets. We can have a look at, which currency is traded with which one. These are the Bitcoin markets, for instance, the volume of on Bitfinex, BTC, USD, on Binance, and so on and so on. And we can have a look at the price where it's at which it is traded at, the volume in percent, and the volume in the last 24 hours in terms of dollars. Then when we go up and we look at, for instance, the social part of it, we can, for instance, have a look at links from bitcoin.red.com. So when we click, for instance, on bitcoin.red.com, all of these are actually, things about Bitcoin, everything that is going on about Bitcoin. So there's actually something that I'm even more passionate about, and that is this one over here on the left. So we got, for instance, of course, the website for Bitcoin, website 1, website 2. And then there's something called Explorer and Explorer 2. Let's first of all click on Explorer. And this one right here is a platform that you can use in order to get more information about blockchain. So this one right now is blockchain.info, and it gives you information about other cryptocurrencies or the blocks added to cryptocurrencies. This helps you to, just simply do more or learn more about cryptocurrencies. Then let's have a look at the second Explorer. This one I haven't used before. This is blockcipher.com. We can, for instance, type in certain addresses for Bitcoin blocks, and it will basically say, all right, these are the blocks that are added to the blockchain, so to the community, and you can find out information about the blocks of this Bitcoin blockchain. So, right, let's actually go back and let's have a look at these two. These are probably quite important for day traders. So we have the message board 1 and message board 2. So bitcointalk.org is one of the platforms that is used in order to talk about Bitcoin. That helps you to figure out, all right, what exactly is going on in the world of Bitcoin. So we got, for instance, Bitcoin discussions right here. We got development and technical discussion, very important for your analytical process or for your strategic, let's say, process. Then down here, information about mining, generating Bitcoins, Bitcoin technical support, project development, economics, marketplace, and so on and so on. Now, this is the most important part. All of that down here is other stuff, but this one right here is very important when you want to invest in Bitcoin. For instance, when you click on Bitcoin discussion, you're going to see things about, Bitcoin investments, why you should invest in Bitcoins, why not. For instance, here, recognizing scam, what exactly is scam in the cryptocurrency world, what is not scam in the cryptocurrency world. So all of these are threads that you can read and learn more about cryptocurrencies. You can create a profile here on this platform and actually can become a part of this discussion. So up here as well, we have information about the different threads that were created over time. So all of these right here are threads that happened over the last maybe, 5 years since Bitcoin got introduced. So for instance, we got releases about Bitcoin Core, low quality topics do not belong here, all right? And then is taxing Bitcoins possible? Where do you want to spend your Bitcoin? Bitcoin gambling as investment? Am I late? In a very important question. And I hope people are answering with no, because I personally think you're not late. And it says right here, the best time to buy is now. Good answer. Very good answer. So really, this is just a platform for you to learn more about cryptocurrency, to learn more about Bitcoin. So of course, you can also earn some points on here. For instance, you can become a senior member, or is this one very inappropriately that this person took a Charles Manson GIF. But anyway, this person is a legendary poster here on this platform, or a full member, or a newbie. So basically everyone can become part of the cryptocurrency community. And this is something that I think is very important because, for instance, Bitcoin is now one of these cryptocurrencies that has a community, that has people behind it. And the bigger the network becomes and the more people actually join a network, the more, sophisticated a cryptocurrency becomes. So I'm very happy to see that so many people are actually in these threads, that so many people are commenting. And we can see, for instance, right here, these are the views. We got, what is this? 429,565 views on this one right here. When you scroll down, 118,000 views on one thread, on one forum post. and we got 3,257 replies. Absolutely incredible. This is what a great community looks like. So let's actually go back and let's have a look at a couple more. For instance, we got here development and technical discussion, especially important for developers who want to work in the field of Bitcoin, who want to build a technology based on a Bitcoin. And for instance, right here also, that's something that we're going to talk about later on, proof of stake Bitcoin. So basically what people are discussing about is the proof of stake of Bitcoin. Don't worry, we're going to learn about that later on here in this course. I'm going to explain you step by step what all of this means, what proof of stake is, and proof of, all of these different proofs. And so basically in this community, they're talking about that, and it just helps, to let the community grow and to have a more sophisticated cryptocurrency. So anyway, I don't want to bore you, so let's go down to the second message board. And this is now again message board number 2, forum.bitcoin.com. So again, this is a massive forum as well, where people can write things about Bitcoin. And the more you spend time in these forums, the more you figure out, all right, is cryptocurrency or is Bitcoin gonna be rising or falling in value? Because the more positive news there is about Bitcoin, the more likely Bitcoin is to increase in value. Because again, it's a supply and demand scheme. The more people invest in cryptocurrency, the more or the higher the price of Bitcoin is gonna get. Now, the more people take money out of Bitcoin, the lower the price is gonna become. So over here on the right, we can see tweets about, for instance, cryptocurrencies. So we can see South Korean Prime Minister imposes crypto code of conduct on government officials. Survey, 60% of Americans have heard of Bitcoin, 5% own Bitcoin probably. Analysts and bullion dealers notice a relationship between gold and Bitcoin. This is also some great news. This one down here, Stripe is withdrawing support for Bitcoin payments, not a good thing. Church in Zurich accepts donations in Bitcoin. BCH, Ether, Ripple, and Stellar. The church is getting more modern, quite cool anyway. So anyway, these are all great news about Bitcoin, or also maybe bad news. So sometimes you're like, okay, I should not buy right now. Or maybe you should be like, all right, I'm going to buy Bitcoin right now. So let's actually go back, and these are then the things that I want to show you. There's also something called, of course, source code. This is for people who really want to, work with Bitcoin. To be honest, I never used the source code. I haven't looked at the source code yet. I'm not really interested, to be honest, in the source code of Bitcoin, because I'm not a professional in that field. I'm not someone who's, a techie from the field of the actual source code, but this is where you can find it. So alright, that was it now here for this video. This was a very short, or hopefully short, introduction to Coinmarketcap.com, one of the best platforms that I personally know in order to trade cryptocurrencies, or at least, let's say, to learn about cryptocurrencies. We had a look at multiple cryptocurrencies, and I think you should now have a pretty good view on what you need to do in order to basically develop a systematic process that you can use in order to make it possible for yourself to have more confidence in buying cryptocurrencies. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see each other in the next one.